And here we are. Welcome in, everybody. Let me straighten this camera out. It looks a little crooked. I don't know if it's the lathe is crooked or the... I guess it's all right. Might be a little twisted, but it'll be okay. It's mounted pretty good. Let's see who we got here tonight. We got Larry, and we got Cindy, and that's about it. Larry and Cindy. Welcome in, Larry and Cindy. And we got Joe bringing up the rear. Joe, what's for dinner tonight? Oh, you had the ribs today, I think. Nice. I grilled up some burgers on the grill outside. That was very delightful. Right in the middle of the day. I have to turn pins and I have to go cook food. Okay. Let's see. We're going to have some fun tonight. These are Caroline's right up top. And she's getting, let's see, what does that mean? Which one do I have on there? I have Leopard Neon Rainbow, rounded, pointy, 0.54. And she's going to get screw-in thread. So on the rounded pointy, I have to leave it a little large. Because if I don't, and I may leave it real large because of the plastic that's in here as well. If you don't leave it a little large, when you put the bushing in, the bushing's a real tight fit. And I've had it crack the resin before if it's too thin. So we'll leave those nice and thick out there for her. Even though she's got a small finger hold, we'll leave those nice and thick for her. Let me get you guys up on my pad here. All righty. Prepped the ribs yesterday. Smoked them on your pellet grill today. Yum, yum. I finally made it. Not sure what I made it to, Larry, but I am here. That is for sure. Hopefully the mic will last. If it goes really dead and there's no sound, let me know. I'll pop to the other mic. The new mics arrive tomorrow, so can't wait for that to get here. Let me go make sure. Let me check. Let me go to my Amazon orders here. I think they're bringing about a dozen things tomorrow. Let's see. Ring blanks. Yeah, the mics are arriving tomorrow. That's good. We need mics and magnets. I can make up a bunch of, finish up the cover minders. Hello, everybody. Thanks for lurking if you're lurking. Thanks for talking if you're talking. No big deal either way. Happy to have you here. Let's see. Got to cut this little box up here, put it in the trash. Been tinkering in the shop all day long. Although we did stop for burgers. And while we're eating burgers, we watched one episode of what's that? Bridgerton, the British royal drama. And I had to look it up because I get so confused with these titles. So below the king and queen and the prince and princess, no titles of nobility and not necessarily royalty, although some royalty may assume these titles when they are of age or something like that. From the top to the bottom, below king and princess, or king, queen, princess, prince, princess, is duke and duchess, then marquess and marchioness, or marchioness, not sure how to say that, earl and countess, so it's not an earless, it's a countess, then a viscount and a viscountess, and then a baron or a baroness, and that would be the lowest rank in that nobility peerage. Isn't that amazing? Why we have to have that, I don't know, but I never know who's what when all these people are being introduced. Here comes the Baron. Now, the Baron sounds like the top guy, right? No, he's the bottom guy. I knew the Duke was up there somewhere. Anyway, they confuse me. I'm not into nobility or titles or royalty, but it exists, so you might as well know something about it, huh? Tim, something in the direction of trying to make bespoke pens. Well, number one, Larry, if you are making them at home, they are bespoke. Bespoke is a fancy word of saying custom. The Brits used it for a long time, making bespoke suits, bespoke shoes, and all that kind of stuff over there. And now everybody around the world wants to make something bespoke because it sounds so fancy. And that's what we do. We make bespoke diamond painting pens. Very exciting. I'm with you, Larry. Go do it, baby. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Okay, here we go. Let's spin this baby. And I was also prepping for the premieres tomorrow, so I got a bunch of blanks rounded up for the people that I do a whole bunch for, and we'll be doing them in the morning. Got to get this one round first. Oop, there goes a piece of plastic. There goes some more. That's the dangerous part about some of this outer plastic. I wonder what we lost. Let's go see. Oh, it's this white. No, it's not that one. Must have been something on the other side, but a piece of this plastic tear off. No fun. You can see all those fuzzies sticking out right through here. What that is the pieces of plastic that have melted but have not fully come off. Once they cool, they just pop right off. But Larry, I'm glad to hear you say that. I think it's a great direction. Always somebody in the market for some pens. Sometimes businesses in your area want to give pens out for Christmas. That's a pretty cool gift. You could do some for them. By the way, after I CA glued that missing piece of the pen last night, I finished that this morning. That came out just wonderfully. Very cool pattern in the plastic. That's for sure. The only downfall is it's lots of plastic. And then be careful, Larry, because you'll have more business than you know what to do with. People will be lining right up to get them. Now let's see how round I got this thing now. Oh, we're still not completely round. Got to get that piece off. And there's a little flatness right there. Yeah, do it, Larry. That's cool. Absolutely. Yeah, keep on going, man. Keep on going, baby. Good mental health podcast today. Most Saturdays at 11:30 Central. And the topic today was abundance mindset. Still got a little more to go. Man, wow. That plastic has a lot of static electricity in it. It just clings to everything. It's amazing. Clings to my hands till the air overtakes it. A little bit more to go on this baby. All right, I'm feeling pretty good there. Yep, your family gets the Christmas ornaments. Absolutely. Don't have a chance. You bet. Hey, we got Raccoon Eyes here. Hello, Raccoon Eyes. Miss Ann, how you doing? Hope all is well. Let me slow this down now. Turn it up a little bit. I slowed all the way down, turn up to about 2,000. All right, these are going to be, let me go look at the direction. 0.54, I know, is the finger hold. And then we're going to be doing rounded pointy on this one. And we're going to give us some fat on there to put the screw-in threads in. Got a lot of plastic right here that wants to melt and fluff up. Trays and animals are tomorrow, Cindy, so that's when yours will get done. That'll be fun. Luckily, I'm not using the molds I'm using for yours for anyone else, so you have exclusive use on those tomorrow. Let me see how my measurement is here. We're down to 0.59. Got a little bit more to go. You can see how this plastic sort of balls up and melts a little bit, so I got to give it a chance to cool before we go on. Let me get back in here and take a little bit more off. Let's see how we're down to now. 0.55. Inching down towards it, I would say. Hopefully everybody's 4th of July weekend has continued with sunshine, maybe a little rain in some areas. But outside activities, barbecue. I know Joe got the ribs smoked. But yeah, that's awesome. I got a pellet grill too, Joe. Easiest thing to cook on. Just turn the button on, the way it goes. Hey, Sandy, good to see you in tonight. Let's see. We trim this down to get a good measurement. Ah, dang it. That just twisted the bushing when that caught. Oh, that's going to break off. That's getting awful soft. That's weird. That is weird. That plastic is very bendy. Okay, we're down. We still got to go more down. That's going to leave a lot of plastic and not a lot of resin down in there. I don't know if this is going to work too well. I may have to leave this just a little tiny fat. We're going to leave it right there because I'm not going to trust that sucker. All right, we're going to leave that nice. We're going to let that cool down now. See, here's what I'm looking at when we're looking at this throat here. Where this finger grip comes in here, only this little part here is resin, which is the real strength of the blank. And then this leopard spot over here reaches over halfway into that there. So we can't overheat that too much. We got to leave it nice and hard in there. Hello, Vanessa. Good to see you back. I haven't seen you for a while. Hopefully Canada's doing well. All right, let's go to the other end here. Same thing over here. I'm going to try to stay back a little bit so I can make a nice fat. And of course, I'm making this plastic hot because I'm injecting heat into it from the tools and the friction. Becomes like a sponge. Man alive, this one. I think that's still a little bit too fat. Yeah, it's way too fat right now. I have to take that down some more. I don't know how to price my writing pens. I was thinking $50 a piece. It all depends on what you got into them, Larry. It's just the pen blank and the pen kit and labor. And you got a little bit of glue in there. You got to glue those brass tubes in there. Well, we're glad you're diamond painting. Any something pens tonight? I can't see that word. Oh, wait till it scrolls up. Now let's keep going down into here. We're a long way off the bottom here. We just lost a little piece there, I think. Yep, little piece of the white came out right there. We'll have to fill that with CA glue. Let me see how we're measuring up here. We're down to about a 0.61, so we got more digging to do. Yeah, I can't see whatever word that is, Vanessa. It says any SN something pens tonight. And of course, YouTube has some little heart. Like because I'm watching, I'm going to heart the broadcast or something. And it's over that word. Snake pens. No snake pens tonight. Don't have any prepared. 0.57. We're getting close. Getting close. Yeah, we don't even have any casted, I don't think. Carrie might have a blank or two around. But the excitement for the year of the snake was sort of in the beginning of the year, so that excitement has waned now. I'd imagine in November, we'll start kicking it up for whatever next year is, 0.58 still. Doggone, and it gets so, look how mushy that is from the warm plastic. Whew. I'm going to pop this off, let it cool down. I'm going to put in a little cup of water here. We'll come back to it. Dang it. Got to cool that blank off because the plastic is getting a little not fun to play with. When the plastic gets all warm, it starts getting mushy. Let me get this out so we can trim this one. All right, here we go. I see little pieces of plastic shooting off. I'm like, oh, what are we losing here? I can hear it's not rounded yet. It makes a little clicking noise against the knife. Yeah, and I can feel it's not round yet, not fully round. That feels pretty good there. Just about there. Still got some thick plastic on that part there, and it's still a little flat right there. Feels almost round. Which one you working on, Vanessa? All right, that should be round now, I hope. Yep, that is round enough. Very nice. All right, this one here, the Meow Cat, is going to be rounded in 0.54. And again, we got to leave a nice fat end on there for the screw-in bits. Here we go. Let's see how far we're getting down. Probably in the 0.65 range there. That's good. Way to go, Vanessa. Way to go. Okay, 0.6. Got about, or 6, yeah. What is it? Yeah, 0.6. Got about 0.06 to go. Point 0.57. Getting close. Going all the way down to 0.54. Carolyn was here last night. I don't see her tonight so far, unless I missed her name. Rolling up. Still got sound, it looks like. That's good. Let's see, 0.56. Getting very close. This looks very Easter eggy or Easter time-ish. Sort of the pastel colors you'd see on Easter eggs and wrapping and bunnies and chocolate bunnies and all that kind of stuff. No doubt, Vanessa, she appreciates the help when you're here. Joe, did you have family down this time? Or just the local family? The around Dallas family? Oh, just hubby and the 2 brands. Very nice. Spending the summer. That's nice on mom and dad, isn't it? That's a treat. Treat for you and the hubs, too. Ah, sorry to hear that. Didn't know. That's too bad. I hope mom is doing well. She's going to enjoy the summer off from the Chillins, and they're going to be happy to see her when she comes to get them. How old are the grands? – 14 and 16. Oh, heck, man. That's good age. Okay, we got Meow in the middle. We got a couple little kitty prints. So this should be cute. Good mixture of color. Sort of almost solid blue on that side. You can see the Meow real well. And luckily, I got the Meow centered, I believe, on the bushing. So that makes it easier. I think we'll do a divot. Let me go find out where the middle is here. I think we'll do a little divot on each side just to accentuate that word meow. let's see, 5 3/8 long. That would make me 2.5, and then 3/16. That should be our middle. That goes to 2 and 8, 9, 10, 11/16. 2 and 11/16. That's the middle. Nice. Now let's go find out where and that is pretty much in the middle of the word meow. So we'll probably come over about this far here for this one. Let's see how far away that is. That is 7/8 away. We'll come over there. We'll see how it lines up with those kitty paw prints. Yep, pretty good. Nice. Okay, very good. That'll work. I think we're all on the spectrum, Joe, somewhere. Or we're on some spectrum somehow, somewhere. I mean, even intellectual capacity is a spectrum, right? Some got more than others. You know, it's a cat pin that sort of look like a dog bone. I'm on the spectrum for height. I'm just too short. But I've been on that spectrum my whole life. Always wanted to be 6 feet tall. Now I'm just shrinking. You know, if a bird can get in here, this would be great stuff to build a bird's nest out of. It'll last forever. Plastic. Probably insulate them and keep them warm too. You could weave that sucker in there really good. All right, let's do a measurement on the finger holds here. Doing perfect on that end. A little fat on that end. I thought I was down a little bit. I need to get to, yeah, it's dialed in pretty good. I got to take about 0.03 or 0.04 off of this end here. Which really isn't all that much. All right, let's see how that looks. 0.56, very close. Need more. Let's keep digging. Kevin doesn't work in the morning, so I don't have to go to bed early and get up for 3:40 in the morning. So that means I probably won't get in the shop tomorrow till about 6:30. I usually get up 6:15 automatically. I have an alarm set, but I don't usually need one. 0.55, that'll sand down beautifully. All right. Let me get rid of all this stuff here. Okay, let me turn the blower off. Let me get the diaper out. Here we go. And then we're going to use a sponge on this one because it has plastic. Well, Joe, should be a good time with Grandma for the summer for the kids, I'll tell you. I do love those first couple hours in the morning where nobody is up. Drop Kevin off at work, put my headphones on, just in here all by my lonesome, just having a good time, tinkering around. Don't run into anybody. It's quiet. So I get the new ring blanks tomorrow. I'm excited to see what the quality is. They are stainless steel, which is probably why they're pretty inexpensive. But I'm excited to make some more. Try some of the straight inlay stuff. See what I can come up with. Cindy, I tried to find a size 4. That's going to be a difficult one in a number of blanks. But that is a very tiny finger, my sister. Oh, I'll bet. They're homeschooled. Yeah. Principal Joe is at the ready. Watch out, kids. You're going to really have to work. I think nowadays homeschool is probably a good thing to do and probably one of the safer modes nowadays. Who knows? We may do another ring tomorrow night as we play with the inlay stuff. See how that goes. That might be fun. Hopefully they come early enough in the day that I can have them here. All right. When I see my favorite time of the year, Joe, all I can think is that Christmas song. I was going to say, hey, it's backwards on this side, but you go over this side, it's the right way. Interesting thing, I don't know if you guys can see this pattern here, that when this thing 3D prints this, it prints it in a pattern, and you can see that pattern a little bit. Pretty cool. I thought it was solid, but it isn't. It's some kind of pattern. Same thing with the letters and the feet. The thicker parts have a little pattern to them. That's cool. That's Q. All right, this one got nice and hard, so that's good. Chilled it right down. This on here was getting all bendy because the plastic was getting soft from the heat. I think Castaway Creations stopped using this particular plastic because it's not a real high temp plastic. Okay, let's come back down here. Let me turn the blower on. Well, that makes it real nice to turn that, chilling that down like that. Okay, that's down to a 0.56. A couple of molecules to go, and we'll be down right where we need to be at 0.54. All right, that should do that there. Yeah, don't get overheated. Is your lathe in or out, Larry? In a shop or on the porch or what? And if it's outside, do you have a fan? A fan might help you a little bit. Thought I felt chunks coming out of there, but no chunks, just the plastic there. We'll turn the speed down a little bit. Try not to generate as much heat. This is my super sharp knife, and that will take the edge of that plastic off. Again, these are a little different than the typical rounded pointy I do. And again, these are going to get screw-in threads. So I got to make room for that bushing and not make it too thin. Now let's take one last measurement on there, see how we're doing. Yep, that's on the money. On the money there. It'll sand down perfectly. All right, this one here, I'm concerned because these are so thick plastic here, but I think we can make it through okay. Let's find out where our middle is. 4 3/4. That would give us 2 3/8. Here we go. See where the middle of that is. So if we came off of there a little bit and gave it a hump in the middle, yeah, it's an awful lot of plastic over there. We may just make this a mustache just to stay away from all that plastic. Don't want to lose too much of the leopard, if you know what I mean. Let's see, Larry. Beautiful, Tim. Very good. On the porch and open shop. Really don't want to take a chance. Yeah, I don't get overheated, man. Yeah, do not get overheated. I know you love to get out there and scroll saw and lathe around, that's for sure. Some parts of the year are difficult. Let that cool down a little bit, and we'll shave it up nicely with this sharp one. Yeah, this sharp one, Larry, is a negative rake tungsten carbide scraper. And man, I'm telling you, if I push too hard on this thing, it will go right into this thing and tear it up. So I'm super gentle with it. But it gives that plastic a really nice, smooth place to start sanding. Feeling pretty good so far. All right, that's feeling good there. We'll use it down here now that this one's cooled off. Ah, very nice. Feels pretty good. It's a good start to the finish, that's for sure. All right. Yes, sir. Triple bypass. Gotta be careful with that, man. Okay, let's pull this out. See how she's looking here before we start sanding. Looking great. A lot of success with this. Now I'll show you why I keep that end pretty large. Let me get a bushing here. The screw-in bushing essentially doesn't go down over that, but it goes into that end, and it's pretty fat. This is actually a lot fatter than I would normally leave it, but because of the plastic and the structure here, I want as much meat to hold this in as I can, because it will expand outward just a hair when I pound it in, and I've had ends break that were too thin. There we go. So we don't want to take that chance. Do all that work on a pen and then break it at the last minute. All right, let's get the diaper over here. We'll start with our pad. Yeah, Larry, you got to be careful with that, man. That's sodium stuff. More important than you think, you know? Crazy. Eat those pickles, Larry. Dr. Joe says. Pickle juice, it works faster. Yum, yum. Bread and butter or dill pickle? Which one works better? Or are they all the same? Got to know this in case I start having a problem. A cup of pickle juice. Not a terrible fan of pickles, but it almost sounds tasty. You can tell Denise is working today. She's probably not home yet. Probably a pretty busy day in the shop. All the patriotism going on in Florida and all that good stuff down there. Let's go shoot some guns, shoot some bows and arrows, buy some guns, buy some bullets, all that good stuff. I'm sure she had a great time. Had to run for the RR. What's the RR? Oh, restroom. Does it pickle juice hit you or something like that and make you go? Kosher dill. Ooh, baby. I didn't know pickle juice made you go. No kidding. I never knew that. Oh, just go number one doesn't make you go number two or anything. I thought it had some kind of effect, like I don't know, whatever that stuff makes you go number two, like that stuff they make you take. Oh, kaopectate, like when you're getting ready for a colonoscopy or something, you got to do all that stuff. Man, my back is feeling it today. I don't know why. I think I'm gonna go see the chiropractor on Monday. Get me all straightened up. Why does that make you go, Dr. Joe? What's in it that makes you want to empty out so quickly, unexpectedly? Is it the dill? I don't know, salt maybe? No, just the first one. It's weird. There you go. That is one leopard rainbow right there. And I look for little pieces of plastic sticking up, but that did a really nice job. That's cool. It's a nice blank. Nice blank. Okay, here comes one of these Castaway Creations kind of deal that has all the cool stuff floating in the middle. These look like little bunnies here. Good swirly stuff on the end. And some bubble or bunnies in the middle with, I'm not sure what else is in there, but there's some kind of, might just be shavings or something like that. Here we go. Hyperspace super fast. Oh, yeah, I don't know, Joe, what would be in there to make you go, but good idea to know. I did see the Castaway Creations crowd made it to Washington, D.C. Went out there for the 4th to see the fireworks and visit the city. It's a great trip. Glad they got to go. Okay, this one here is going to be, let's see, this is the Peeps Bunnies in the center. This is, Easter colors. This is rounded pointy again. Again, I got to leave a little bit fat. Not too fat on this one because this is all resin on the end. So that'll be cool. Don't have to make it as big as the other one. This will look almost normal. I'll keep it a tiny bit fat. When I was first doing those screw-in threads, I did a regular rounded pointy and then had to drill it out. Did not leave enough room, and when I inserted that bushing and pounded it in, it cracked the end of the pen. I'm like, oh no. But I was able to repair it. So pulled the bushing out, brought it all back together, CA glued it, added some more resin around it. Came out perfect. And then I thought, oh, I sure don't want to do that again. 0.63. So now I leave a little meat there for it to hold it in. 0.59. We're getting down there. This amber orange here is going to look real pretty when we get it all cleared up. .57 coming down. That should do it right there. Shaping this guy here. I can be a little more aggressive on this one because there's no plastic in it. All right, that should be good enough down there. Not as fat as the other one, but got enough meat on there to do the right thing. This one down here, perfect. This one here, probably still a little fat. Yep. Yeah, Joe, this is a cool blank. I love the little bunnies floating in there. And I think this is a perfect candidate for a single pane window, is that will open up and we'll see all these bunnies in there. Five and a half. We got 2 5/8. 5.5 is 2.5 and a quarter. Nope, that's right there. That one right there. That's where we're at. Let's see. Single pane window. We can come out a solid inch in every direction. See how that is there. That is 1 3/4 in. 1 3/4 in. Dang. It never looks like the middle, but it surely is the middle. That's going to look like orange or sun-kissed orange with bunnies floating in it. That's what that's going to look like. Or it actually could be the picture or the color of Iron Brew. Actually, it's a little bit lighter than Iron Brew. Let's see what happens when we get it all shined up. The rabbit found a hole, but now they're frozen in time. Larry, you're a storyteller, you are. But you could write a book on that one sentence right there. Yeah, it's a great color. Makes me want to drink it or something. It looks so good. It's just a very, very appetizing color for a drink, not a food. Oh, yeah, actually, yams or pumpkin would be that color too, or could be. Not clear, of course. Hello, Bella the Beast. How you doing? Welcome in and welcome back, and happy 4th of July weekend. Hope it's going well for you. That is excellent. We're glad. We're glad you're doing well. All right, that should be enough pre-finish. Feels very smooth. Probably didn't even do that much, but what the heck. This might even look like a jewel here in the middle. It's going to be so clear. Yeah, this is a Castaway Creations, and yeah, they do make some pretty blanks. And this is one of them. Great colors. What's funny is when I first looked at the blanket, it's got these sort of springtime pastels on the ends. And I was looking at the orange with the bunnies, and I'm thinking, does that really even go? And for some reason, it goes really well. So it must be like in the same, I don't know, tint, saturation, contrast, temperature, whatever those color elements that go together. This one definitely goes together. I don't know all that color stuff, but I know there's something to all those elements. I even watched a video one time and they explained it to me, and I very much understood it while they were telling me. The minute the video went off, could hardly repeat a thing. I'm like, well, okay, at least I understand it, even if I can't repeat it. Somebody got their e-painter pen today. They got their vacuum pump a couple days ago. It was one of the ones that we sold at the retreat, but we didn't bring it with us, so we had to come home and ship it. And they got it, and they have been using it ever since their pump came in, which I don't blame them. Joe will tell you how great that e-painter is. I think Carrie sold every e-painter pen that I prepared for the retreat from a photo. And she was passing around her little pump and her e-painter pen. So they're popular. They work well. It's not the end all be all, but it certainly is a huge help. Look at that. Looks like, oh, you know, it's not orange. It's got orange shavings in it. Ah. That finish is not good enough. I still see scratches on that clear, and I don't like that. So we're going to pay attention right here in the middle. This is pretty good down here, and that's pretty good down there. But right here, there are scratches that we need to get out. So we'll just spend a minute. And we'll do the whole orange area so it's all even. Now let me check that to make sure those are gone. Yep. Now we'll just keep going back up the levels. Because this really, Larry, this has to be crystal clear. Yeah, Joe, I'm telling you. That's the only thing I use now. I'm a single placer. I only do those little mini dazzlers and stuff. But all I do, I just use the e-painter pen. Yes, sir, Larry. Hey, Caroline. We're just finishing up your pens. How you doing? I'll flash them all in front of you here in just a second. Hope you're doing good today, Caroline. Ah, that's much shinier. Love it. Much nicer. I'm happier with that. So there we go. I'm going to take this over to the leopard scope mainly because I want you to see what's making it orange. It actually is clear resin with, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a material, super thin shavings. I'm not sure. It almost looks like a super tight weave taffeta or ribbon. Not sure. Let's go look at it. You guys tell me. You may know better than I. Let me get this switched over. Oops, wrong button. Come on, get out of there. Here we go. Digital microscope. Got little pop-ups popping up everywhere. Okay. See, it's clear resin, but it's got, I don't know if that's a ribbon or what that is. Can't really tell. But that's what's making it orange. It's actually not orange resin. It's got little, it's even too light to be a ribbon. I'm not sure what that is. That is crazy. I can't even tell what that is. Anyway, Caroline, let me put it back over to the big camera there. We'll show you all three of your pens that we just finished. That's the wrong one. Let's come over here. Here we go. Better day. Got bit by an unknown insect. Oh, that's not good. Jeez. Wow, that is no fun, especially since ERs are very expensive. I got to refresh mine here. Mine is on my pad, my smart pad here. It's delayed or it's not connected to the interwebs. Not sure which. Anyway, hopefully you can see that out there. I got to refresh here. There's your meow. And then your orange stuff in the middle with the Easter colors. And then your leopard rainbow. Very, very fun. Very fun. Yeah, Caroline, I hope that hand gets better. Is it down now? Is the swelling gone? Does it hurt? Did it leave a mark? Yeah, there was some big flash floods down there, weren't there, Larry? I've seen that on the news earlier. Oh, my goodness. I want nobody to suffer any casualties, but boy, they sure come at a quick notice, you know. You're sitting there having fun at a campsite, and then all of a sudden it's raining and flash flooding, and your campers and pads and RVs are all getting washed down the wash. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Well, Caroline, we all hope you get better. That is for sure. And we hope that hand gets better. An unknown insect. Man, sounds like a pretty bad allergic reaction. Anyway, everybody, my back is actually getting tired. I don't complain very much, but man, today I've been here since about 4:30 in the morning. And what is it now? Oh, 7:30 at night. So that's a whole bunch of hours. I can see my knuckles now. Still, that's good. See your knuckles now. Itchiness, and redness. Yeah, that's not fun. Man, that's a serious allergic reaction, huh? Anyway, everybody have a great evening. I'll turn you back over to yourself while it's still light out in most places in the U.S. Yeah, months of rain in a day. Not good. But yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow. I've got probably about 3 premieres scheduled. We got animals to pour for Caroline and Cindy. And then we got 3 or 4 trays we have to pour. So we're going to be pretty busy tomorrow. We'll only get probably 2 trays done because I normally leave them. Actually, I can get all 4 because I have 4 molds now. But I put them when I put them in the mold, I like to leave them in that mold for at least 8 hours. That way they get super, super stiff. Anyway, you guys have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow evening for streaming again. Watch for the premieres during the day, and you all have a good evening. Bye-bye.